Hello and welcome. God damn it. Oh, God damn it. God damn it. Hello and welcome to another episode of a bunch of Dicksniffers talking about anime. See, I fumbled the fucking title of the show we're on again, and you guys talked over me in the beginning again. It's great. This is all, we're keeping this in. It's great.
This is like you keep setting us up. I've been here for the beginning.
How do I set you up? I say I'm going to start now. That means you guys need to shut the fuck up and let me start.
Come on. We're watching a show where talking about a movie where the word leap is in the title. Use the word jump. Of course, I'm going to correct you to leap.
God damn it. Alright, so as Hunter just alluded to, Carlos's suggestion from the last podcast episode was to watch The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, but he's not fucking here. So let's go down the list of the people who actually showed up. We have Hunter. He makes jokes sometimes. Tell me a joke.
How's it going, boys?
We have Ari.
Yes.
And
the usual suspects.
Guess who else showed up? Special guest, first time on the podcast. It's Taylor.
Might correct you too. I was here day one. Also, I would like to correct day 2 or 3. I would like to correct my previous statement.
Yes, Hunter.
18 plus only.
You don't think they got that from the name of this podcast?
No.
Oh no, I meant for my boys' comment. I would not want them to watch something or listen to something that was titled "A Bunch of Dicksniffers."
Yeah. Not in my house.
So you mean you don't bounce on your boy's third eye?
That sounds very... Maybe, Taylor, it's a podcast where everyone's name is Richard and they all have a really good sense of smell.
Yeah. They got some real good sniffers.
It's just been called the Richard Sniffers. They're Dick Sniffers, because they all go by Dick. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dick Clark, Dick Tracy, Dick Morgan.
Yeah.
Also, children and adults find the word dick funny, so...
And I am both a child and an adult.
Also, a dick is a private eye.
You're a real dick. A real gumshoe.
1-inch PI.
A dame walked to my office with legs up to here.
Leapt through time.
Alright, yes, that we already went over this. So before...
Is her name Makoto?
Makoto. Before we get into The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, which is a pretty fun little movie, what have you nerds been watching? Tell me.
I'll let the other two go first.
Or reading. You can just say you don't have anything to say, if that's what you want.
Who's starting?
I'll start, fuck it. Alright, since Persona 5 just came out, and on this side of the world, fucking finally, and I'm too broke to have a PS3, even like a fucking used PS3 or a PS4 to play it. I watched the anime episode. It's like a little special that they came out with. Like, I think it was like last year maybe. It's called Persona 5, the animation, the Daybreakers. And it's pretty interesting because it seems to be like right in the middle of the game.
I ask a question?
Sure.
Were there 2 colons in the title?
No. Persona 5 the animation, the Daybreakers. Persona 5 the animation,
the animation, the Daybreakers.
No, there's no colon after the 5. Persona 5 the animation, the Daybreakers, anime.com.
Okay, I apologize for my interruptions.
Thank you very much. So civilized on this podcast episode. So as I was saying, yeah, it seemed like it's like right in the middle of the game, even if it is in the game at all, like the story, because it I can tell like it's like set in it's weird. Persona's a weird game, but I can tell like the dungeon layout and like there's a boss fight at the end pretty much. I don't know, they don't really give you that much time with the characters to get to know them or anything. They kind of just leap right into the middle of the story. So
ooh,
maybe it's supposed to be a supplemental thing to like the game. Like, you know how light novels or some manga have, like, OVAs with them, so you can watch that and then keep reading on.
I like your descriptive word choice.
Thank you very much. It's pretty cool. I don't know, didn't have that much time to know the characters, but I like the style of it is pretty dope. It's got some funky-ass beats in the back. It's a pretty interesting story, like, the main antagonist, you know, it's a lot of social issues that Persona games usually go over, and in this case, it's a domestic kind of violence kind of thing that happens. And yeah, they deal with it, and it's fun. And I can't play it because I don't have any money. So hopefully this will hold me over until I still don't have any money.
Maybe.
Probably not. I'm just gonna replay Persona 4 or something. And besides that, I haven't really been watching any anime. Really, I read some Marvel comics, but this is not called a bunch of Dicksniffers talk about comic books. So fuck that shit. Alright.
Alright. Ari, would you like to go next?
Fine. I'll go next.
Division of labor. I love it. Everyone's just outsourcing this.
Yeah, man. You gotta be nice, you gotta be polite, and you gotta take it slow the first time.
Yeah.
Can't jump right in.
Alright.
Go.
So, I was, since Saturday night, they showed the first episode of Tokyo Ghoul on Toonami. I just went ahead and decided to watch the rest of it because it was already finished dubbing by Funimation. And then afterwards I decided to read the manga, so I finished the Tokyo Ghoul manga and I started Re, which is the sequel manga.
Alright.
And I haven't gotten that far into it yet. I mean, from what I've read of the entire first manga so far, it's been a pretty solid story. I can definitely see some of his influences, especially with Tagashi. Frickin' what's his name? Tsukayama is literally supposed to be like a Hisoka kind of based character, except he's not quite as refined for me.
Yeah.
Nothing can beat the original.
Alright. So Hunter, I know you watched some...
what the name of that was?
Tokyo Ghoul he was talking about.
Oh, What's up with all the stuff that's been like naming their... Oh my god, sorry. What's up with all the stuff that's been naming their sequels?
What were you reacting to?
So, Abby dropped a boulder off a cliff, jumped off the cliff, hit the water before the boulder, and then almost got hit by the boulder on the way down.
Boulder dash?
Yeah, anyway, what's up with all the, fuck, god damn it. What's up with all the... Yeah, they're all naming themselves Re. Like, does RE stand for something?
Return?
No idea.
That sounds dumb.
Re-adaptation? I don't know.
Like,
unless it literally, is I don't know, an acronym. I just feel like it's weird.
Like, the Re in Re-Zero means return from zero, like the power that Subaru has. So I don't know.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
That totally makes sense. That's the whole shtick. It's just dumb. It's dumb because they're Japanese and they don't know how words work. Nice silence right there.
Alright.
Let it all sink in a little bit.
Have you been watching anything that you want to talk about?
Sure, guys. I watched Prison School.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, snap.
What is that? Please tell us.
Enlighten us.
Prison School. And I really don't want to enlighten anyone about it because I can't believe you guys told me to watch this.
Why?
The art is actually really cool. I will give it that. I like the way it was drawn or designed or however they made the art for it.
They usually draw them.
Yeah.
But so for anyone who doesn't know what prison school is out there, for all of our prison school is about an all-girls school.
Mm-hmm.
One day they decide to allow boys at the school.
Oh, do tell.
5 guys actually make the cut to get to this high school.
I didn't realize that they accepted advertising.
Burgers and fries.
And so, of course, is high school horny boys around all these women. And episode 1 is literally titled The Peep Job.
Oh, it's so good.
I regret to inform you that they did not get any good peeping out of it.
No.
And they all got punished and sent to prison school, which is literally a prison inside the school.
Oh my god. I'm dying, guys. I don't think I can keep going.
That's it.
Okay. Taylor, don't spare me. Keep going.
So I guess to go along with the plot, one of the 5 guys was okay. Hold on. I gotta start with all 5 guys. All 5 guys have never ever talked to a girl before in their life, apparently, and they're all nerds, and they're all perverted losers who literally don't know what to do. Difference between bread and toast.
Is that actually mentioned?
But if you put a piece of bread and a piece of toast in front of them, they will not be able to know.
Dang, Taylor.
That's savage.
Yeah.
But one of the 5 guys actually does his best to talk to a girl, and he's actually kind of sweet about it. And that girl's all like, "Oh yeah, you want to go watch sumo wrestling? Because apparently that's what you invite somebody to go watch with you when you like them." Or I don't know.
You wouldn't take a girl out to go see sumo wrestling.
No, dude.
Take a girl out to go see wrestling, just like any kind of wrestling.
She's actually
so. You don't remember in 1998 when?
God, no, I'm cutting you off. By God, he broke him in half. All right.
So
It's not my ideal like first date kind of thing, but anyways, so
that's actually mentioned. That you, God damn it, Taylor.
No,
everyone. You know what? Yeah, you keep talking.
Then I'll keep walking.
My spiel on this show, and then you guys can correct me as much as you want.
Okay.
Fine.
So the one guy is actually scores a date with one of the girls at the school, and it's like, oh yeah, and then that's when they all get caught peeping because the other fucking guy got pulled into doing the peeping job when it was his phone that they were using.
One could equate it to John
without his
Wick.
permission. John Wick.
Yeah, he got pulled back into the game.
Back into the game. But so they all go to the prison school thing, and then while they're there, police, women of the school, whatever, start torturing all the guys. And then the one guy stands up for them and just like, "Hey, you shouldn't treat us like that." And she was like, "Fine." And he was like, "Okay, that's good, guys." And then they all got mad at him because he stopped the chick from beating them up. They enjoyed getting beat up.
Look, no kink shaming here, alright? Some people are masochists, some people like that.
Dean, would you lick sweat and dirt off of a lady's?
Look, man, we're not talking about me right now, alright? This is a prison school discussion.
I think all Dean is saying is that if you're forced into that situation, like, I mean, you can't help it, right? Like, you're in prison. Like,
yeah.
You might as well try to enjoy it, right?
Exactly.
Well, you can't just be mad at the other guy for defending them when he didn't even know that they were into that. Mad at somebody because they didn't know that about you. That's.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
So he's like, okay, fine. Talking to the other girl again because she comes to see him, and he's all romantic, and actually it's not romantic at all. He's just like in a tree because he's a nice guy helping a fucking falling crow. They don't need to be there. It'd have been cuter if it was a pigeon or something. I take that back.
Wait, just on episode 84, we'll go into the bird hierarchy.
Okay, that's great.
So Taylor, when you watched this, were you alone in a dark room?
In the morning, just like, I don't know, it's just, yes, I was alone, but it wasn't dark.
Alright, that's halfway there. That's good, that's how you watch this show.
I didn't decide to start watching this show, like, while I was sitting at work study.
Would have been so good!
Like, turned it on and be like, what the is this?
Then you got fired. Oh man, I wish this podcast would get you fired. That's gonna be one of my secret missions now.
But it's not secret anymore.
Fuck. Shit.
I feel like you shouldn't wish for that to happen to a friend.
Well, no, it's like those jokes about Carlos getting in a car accident before we started recording.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
If we say it out loud, then it's a joke and it's not gonna happen.
Hunter, Dean, and Ari, feel free to inform me and the rest of this listener group about the rest of prison school.
So, I haven't watched that much of prison school.
Oh, you fucking piece of shit. You did that on purpose. Didn't you?
You talking to me, boy?
I didn't play dumb. I know what you did.
Prison School's pretty good. It's a cool show. It's about cool dudes and lewd hoes. You know what I'm saying? It's about fight the power, man.
It just saddens me because Taylor will never find out why Gakuto is best bro.
He won't find out many things, will he?
Who is Gakuto?
Glasses.
I thought he was the wimpiest out of the five.
Actually, not.
No. Yep.
The guy who's coughing constantly and like is constantly suffering from lung cancer is the weakest one.
Yeah.
Haircut or something.
Also, he'll never find out why Chairman is best character.
Who's chairman?
Oh, the chairman.
Oh, the chairman of the underground police force?
Council.
No, the chairman of the school.
The chairman of the school is someone that you should look up to.
Sorry.
Someone you should aspire to be.
Exactly.
I just really want to talk like that from now on.
Oh, brethren of mine.
Alright, so if you didn't
I
like...
have to... Yeah.
For the record, I was speaking first, Hunter. So, if you didn't like Prison School, I have another anime suggestion for you. Have you ever heard of School Days?
I have.
No.
Damn it, alright.
Please enlighten us.
Alright. Taylor, would you be so kind? It's a show about
I've seen up to 4 episodes.
It's a show about fucking.
Up to and including. Oh, we're being silent. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this the same
Got it.
show? Hunter, is this the same show that you and Andrew showed me?
Yeah, the one that Andrew keeps trying to force me to watch.
I did watch 4 episodes of it.
I told him that we could finish the show once, and he keeps trying to hold me to it, and we're on like episode 12 or some shit, and it's so bad.
Wait, you made it through 12 episodes of School Days?
It wasn't pleasant.
That's great.
Like at all.
So are you saying that Andrew has bad taste?
It might even be classified as a form of mental torture.
It's what the fucking CIA did. CIA did during.
Andrew just wants to watch it because we said that we would watch the whole thing.
And Andrew has like no shame. He can sit through anything.
He has watched an entire porno by himself with a bunch of men passed out around him.
I mean, who hasn't
passed
done that?
out?
I was asleep, I think.
I don't know. Someone put some in my water. I just passed out. I think I was asleep.
I think you just painted Andrew in a light that no one,
like a rapist light
no
or
one
something.
wanted to. I would like to point out that if anyone does listen to this by chance, we do have a listener one day.
Yeah. We're pretty sure Andrew doesn't rape people. Like I
this
haven't.
was totally taken out of context.
I haven't asked him myself, but I'm pretty sure Andrew doesn't rape.
No, no.
Okay, well now you're just like mudslinging.
The hash singing, the slash bringing.
All right. Next section.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. You're the.
Hop, skip, and a jump.
Let's jump. Let's do a running leap into talking about
Digimon.
The Girl Who Led Through Time is a little anime movie that came out how many years back? I know it's decently recent.
I think it's 2006 actually.
I was actually just about to say that too, Ari, so it might be right.
July 15th,
Confirmation.
2006 is when it came out. And
High five!
And since the guy that should be here, the guy that recommended this movie for us, is not here to talk about it because of the terrible car accident he got into. Which he probably didn't. He's probably just playing Zelda. Would someone like to go over a synopsis of this film, or
okay.
Of the film.
So imagine that you had a walnut.
No, God, you can't start there. The film is the girl, and she's just like,
Taylor, this entire series is about walnuts.
guys, I think I'll handle it.
Okay, Dean.
Makoto Kono she's a high schooler, right? Probably like what, 9th grade or freshman or something?
No,
Yeah.
I'm thinking she's sophomore.
Sophomore? Yeah. She's a pretty simple kind of, not too bright, but not too dumb either kind of girl. She's living life. She likes baseball. She likes hanging out with her friends.
She might actually be a senior.
A senior? I guess that would.
Remember they're talking about whether she wants to choose like the sciences or the arts.
Yeah.
Or study abroad or something.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Anyway.
Yeah. And
It's high school.
she has a pretty simple life. Overall, really, she likes enjoying baseball with her friends, kind of failing pretty hard at most things.
She's super lucky too, don't forget.
She is pretty lucky. And
Yes.
so one time she runs into, like, I forget what was, she was helping someone carry like journals or something into a stock room, and she kind of tripped and fell on a walnut, like as we all do some days.
Yeah, magical walnut tripping.
And was that her first leap back?
Yes.
Or was
I think that was.
Or was that just the trip where she like traveled through the time dimension and came back?
But that was her getting charged. She got charged by eating the magic walnut and then going on a
She did
trip.
not eat it. It hit her elbow.
Yeah. And she realizes eventually, by talking to her aunt, that she can travel back in time by running really fast, like a fucking lunatic, and jumping.
Alright, can we just talk about how her aunt's name is Witch?
Is that like a Japanese thing? Like, is it a weird translation thing or something?
There's no way that's not just... Sorry, go ahead.
Hunter is just pretty sure that the auntie witch was an actual witch.
Is that she jumped through time before? Like...
And what I like is when they first said it, when she was talking to her aunt about it, I thought that the movie was going to set up like, oh yeah, all girls who go through puberty can jump through back in time or something.
I was just like, wait, is this a world?
It's
where,
like you get your period, you get some tits, and then you can jump back in time. That's the three things that girls get to have. And so
sounds unfair.
So for the long part of the movie, I was really confused as to why she got to leap back in time when all the dudes didn't get to.
Actually, I almost thought the movie, like, towards the end when it was showing the younger picture of her aunt, was kind of like gearing in the direction that actually, like, her mother from, like, the future or something.
It's her mother from another mother.
Weird.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
You mean when they were zooming into the picture?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I totally expected to see like Chiaki in the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chachi.
Chiaki.
Chachi.
Isn't it?
Chachi. That's what I heard her yelling, like, the entire time in the crowd. Chachi!
So the movie's not all that complicated. Like, to distill it, to be kind of reductive about it, it's kind of a slice of life kind of love triangle sort of thing that goes on. But I think they nail it like pretty well. Like, I can't think of any weak parts besides a few loose ends that they didn't really delve into that much. What do you guys think?
It was a solid movie, and I actually kind of like the theme that I was going for, that time waits for no one.
Yeah. Pretty
I
subtle.
didn't like the way they portrayed the time traveling.
Oh, I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
I liked the little montage as she was trying to, like, play matchmaker and hook everyone up. So she just keeps running really fast and do, like, fucking rolling everywhere and hitting things with her head.
Yeah,
That was a fun little montage. I liked it.
Like, it was cool and all, but at all how she could control jumping back into time, and like, how did she figure that out?
Yeah, but at that point, it's only an hour and 30-minute long movie, and if you're gonna try and like specify the like technicalities of time travel, then you get into like Star Wars prequel midi-chlorian horse shit.
I mean, I eventually just took it as like she could just think about a certain time and then jump back to it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, when I was watching it, Taylor told me that she was gonna die in the end. So I genuinely thought she was gonna die by like jumping through time and rolling into something that killed her. Like she just rolled off a cliff or something.
oh my god, that would have been amazing.
That would have been pretty good.
That sounds like something they do in Robot Chicken.
Yeah, like a Robot Chicken skit for this.
Yeah.
Can we just take a second to reflect on the beginning scene with the baseball bat and the basketball?
Yeah, I love that scene. That was great.
Like, I'm getting ready
The guy's just he's like singing to himself, pumping himself up, practicing swinging a baseball, and he just takes it back and he's ready for a pitch. You could see he's like staring down a pitcher, but you're seeing from like through the pitcher's eyes.
Yeah.
And then from off screen, a basketball just nails him in the spine.
That's pretty good. So I'm wondering what your guys' thoughts are on the three main characters. We have Makoto, Chiaki, and Kosuke.
Kosuke, I think.
Kosuke. Oh yeah, Kosuke.
Well.
I really hated Makoto. She was dumb.
Oh my god, yes.
But like, all right. She's a high school girl she's a high schooler who isn't fucking dumb. I've met PhDs that are fucking dumb. All right.
I don't know, Dean, if I would. I wouldn't be so dumb as to jump back in time, try and hook two people up together, and then use a detail that someone had just told me, and I obviously knew they wouldn't have told me if I hopped back in time. Like, she literally just got that information.
It's a difficult superpower to have, man.
She's very clumsy, okay?
Yeah, she's a ditz.
I will say about Chucky, though, he's cool and he's pretty smart, but the fact that he went back in time to look at a fucking painting, like...
I don't know, man. We don't know.
I didn't even see the painting. Did you guys see the painting? It wasn't there.
It was?
It was blurry, but yeah.
Note on the wall that was just like, this is this painting, but it was just a blank wall.
Oh, it was the painting that her aunt was working on, and you see what the restored painting looks like earlier in the film.
Yeah, like the whole crux of that whole plot point is that the future that he came from sucks so much dick that he wants to just go back to a time where he can enjoy art. So maybe if we saw a glimpse of like where he came from and what he was dealing with, maybe we could sympathize more with his little goal, but...
Dean, I think we have. It's the patriarchy.
Maybe.
Well, shit.
And then finally, Kasuko or whatever.
Yeah.
He just felt
Kosuke?
Kosuke.
Yeah.
Kosuke, yeah. He felt like a background character that was literally just there to throw in into her love triangle life or whatever.
Yeah, I felt like they gave him some time to develop. Maybe not as much time as I would have wanted, but he's not two-dimensional, I don't think.
You mean one-dimensional?
He's not cardboard, is what I'm saying. Cardboard is technically three-dimensional. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm on all the drugs. Don't listen to me.
He's not a one-dimensional character that has only like one single trait.
He's not Keanu Reeves in his early roles.
I'm Keanu Reeves.
Oh, Keanu Reeves here on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I loved your work in Speed. When you drove that bus really fast, man. That was my shit.
So is he responsible for all the addicts then?
Yeah. Exactly.
Addicts.
Alright, this great joke has to end, guys. Let's keep talking about... So what did you guys think of the whole, like, the main driving force of this movie is the romance between Makoto and Chiaki. So what do you guys think, how was that handled?
They should have had a kiss at the very end. I'm pissed at the whole movie.
I don't know. By the time they would have met each other in the future, it totally would have been like a sugar mama relationship.
Well,
good stuff. Yeah.
And so, like, not that there's anything wrong with that, but not a lot of people think that way.
But, you know, he had his eye on the prize, man. He fucking planned out for this shit.
Oh, maybe he's totally into that. Maybe he likes it that way. Maybe he's like, he found out that he had that kink, and he's like, alright, well, I need to know the person. Yeah. What's the best way that I can do this without, like, spending more than 4 years with the person?
Yeah. I don't know.
So, yeah, he's just into old people, and this was all his plan.
Exactly.
I don't know. Is he actually like 100 years from the future?
But we don't know what time period he exactly came from.
They didn't.
He just says another era.
Yeah.
Well, I guess an era that was able to invent time travel.
Time traveling.
So yeah, that kind of was dumb that he said, "I'll see you in the future," when it'll totally be after her death.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it is alluding to the fact that when she made that final leap that restored it back to when she got the ability in the first place, that she actually still had it or not, and that she might use it to leap into his time or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought they showed her elbow.
Well, at the end, they didn't really show her elbow after she did that final leap.
She only had one left.
Well, yeah, but you remember she went to the exact moment that... She went back to the exact moment where that happened, and then she broke the walnut after showing it to him, which means it wasn't really good anymore.
So she got hers back because of the other person. Her using her ability doesn't let her get her own ability back.
The loops that they didn't actually cover in the movie that Dean kind of mentioned or alluded to.
What?
So, like, there was some loops.
Yeah, the montage and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Where she was like, using up all her leaps and like counting down, like using up everything.
Yep.
Yeah, so they didn't actually say, like, if you jump one of your other jumps, would you get that jump back?
I mean,
so what?
It kind of cut out.
So if you undid a change that you already made, do you get that back?
That jump back.
Man, time travel's hard to write about, guys.
Time travel is really hard to write about.
Because if you remember, she remembers everything, which means that her timeline has been like the same thing straight forward. And that's how she keeps track of her number. But she couldn't remember when the other guy reset the thing and gave her use back, her use of the power back. Like, if you remember, he said, like, you found me and you were crying and they were dead, and I had no choice but to do this.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I also like the whole time stops for no one, and then there's like a whole 5-minute scene where time is completely frozen.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah.
I think they're just putting more emphasis on that.
Possibly. I mean,
I also thought that was when she was gonna die, because time stops for no one, and you told me she was gonna die.
But she was already dead at that point, Hunter.
Yeah. Emotionally.
She actually did not live through the entire show. She died as soon as we watched like the first 10 minutes, and she gets hit by the train.
Yeah.
The whole show is just...
You know, I was literally watching it, and when it got to that part, I was like 10 minutes into this movie, and the main character has already been hit by a train. Then I actually looked at the time in the video, and it was literally 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that is one of those tropes that actually went exactly as planned.
I feel like they made the whole movie around that. It's like, 10 minutes into the movie, this chick's gotta die, and then we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, like I said...
I don't care what's in the first 9 minutes, or what's in the remainder, like, hour and... minute mark, she's gotta die.
Yeah, like I said, it's not that complicated of a movie. It's got, like, a few different hinging scenes that happen. Like the train scene, you have all the baseball stuff, and the school stuff. That's pretty much all that happens, really.
Yeah.
And because it's a time loop story, they keep going back and, like, altering different stuff in it.
So what you're saying is the actual, like, time plot of the story is, like, a fourth of what it actually is.
That's how you do time travel stories, man. Like, that's how you do it. You make a really small story, and then you just loop it. Like, for, like, a Groundhog Day situation, for, like, not a Steins Gate. Steins Gate gets a little bit more complicated. But for something like The Girl Leapt Through Time, it's a pretty simple story that's just repeated and altered.
Yeah, it's not going by, like, other time travel theories where you create entirely...
Yeah, there's no fucking world lines or anything. There's no Steins Gate fucking microwave cell phone bullshit here. This is a pretty simple story.
I mean, it's just really. I think what makes it work is that it's very simplistic in nature. Like, once she figures out she has the ability to leap through time, she just keeps using it for silly things.
Yeah.
And then she slowly realizes the consequences of her actions through other people pointing it out and then experiencing what happens as a result.
Yeah.
That poor kid, though. The poor.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Kasuke?
No, not Kasuke.
No, the one that she switched
Taisuke.
with.
That's Taisuke.
Which kid you guys talking about?
The guy who
Kosuke.
gets, like...
That's the guy who...
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
The guy that goes crazy
Yeah.
because he's a giant nerd and get beat up.
I'm gonna throw this fire extinguisher.
Yeah, that's a thing to do. You fucking crazy person. Why don't you go jump in front of a train?
And then, oh shit, Chiki's about to get hit. Let me leap back in time and save him. And my friend just got hit. Fuck. And now Chiki and my friend are going out. God damn it.
Yep.
Let me undo that now.
Yeah, she, like, did not know what she wanted.
But, like, who fucking does in high school? That's my entire point. You guys are saying that this chick is not very...
In terms of relationship stuff, then yeah, I can understand that you don't really know what's going on. I just still think she's dumb in that she forgot about, like, things that happened during the time loops.
But they set up at the beginning that she's kind of ditzy and dumb. Like,
Oh, absolute.
yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it wasn't like a bad story. I'm just saying she's kind of dumb.
I don't like the fact that she just immediately decided to jump through time whenever Chiki confronted her about time leaping.
Yeah.
That was dumb.
Because she wasn't sure how to, like, feel about it, because she isn't very confrontational.
Dude,
So she panicked.
Yeah, she freaked the fuck out. She was time leaping all around the joint with no one even noticing, and then, like, the one of her closest friends, probably the closest person she knows, like, as a person, it's like, hey, are you traveling through time? She freaked the fuck out.
I
And she
feel
had
though.
one jump left, though.
I feel like
she had one jump left.
I feel like of all of the actions that I trust myself to do when I'm panicking, though, one of them is not that using a time travel machine. You really want to stop and think that one through.
Have a sit down, a deep breath, and say...
Maybe grab some tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a smoke break and think about life. Don't use the time-traveling chestnut.
So, interestingly, this was done by Madhouse, before they became more recognizable as a studio, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I think their first, like, major work that was really noticed was Death Note. Because Death Note came out, like, a year or so after this, I think.
Death Note totally put these guys on the map, but this movie I've been hearing about for a while, like...
Yeah.
So with, like, anime movies, it's usually Miyazaki or, like, Studio Ghibli that everyone can't stop fucking talking about forever.
Or, then again, they did also do Monster and Hajime no Ippo, so,
Oh, yeah, Monster.
Oh, those
God.
are good.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the first one?
Monster.
Yeah, Monster is pretty good. I haven't gotten that far through it, though.
That?
Yeah. That's the one about, like, the doctor that
Serial killer sort of stuff. Psychological. Yeah. Really cool.
Yeah. But I will say the film was very simplistic in the art style, but I like the way that they executed it with the animation and whatnot.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
like, backgrounds and everything.
I totally love... There's one shot where she's running, and so it's just a static... Like, not static shot, but she's running on the right side of the screen, and she's trying to catch up, then she falls behind, and in the background, there's scrolling of, like, the buildings that she's going behind. Then she eventually catches up and starts moving towards the center of the screen, and then there's just, like, parallax in the background, and, like, just trees in the back. That looked really gorgeous to me. Like, that shot was really well done.
It was well done. And also, I think, like, when you see all those buildings and whatnot passing by, none of those shots I think actually looked the same. It didn't look like it was reused. It looked like it was slightly altered to show that, you know, she's actually moving and not just like, hey, look, it's this building I recognize. It's this building I recognize.
And like the last shot at the end while she's waiting for Chiaki to come back, like it's really well, like the cinematography of it is really, really well done.
Yeah.
It's just at the lake or wherever they were, I think, at the lake bed.
Yeah.
You should have kissed her.
Like,
but that's what you were expecting, wasn't it?
I wasn't expecting it. I just wanted it.
Yes, you were. That's how,
Okay,
that's how every fucking story like this would end. They kiss and they fall in love forever, blah,
Okay.
blah, blah.
Okay, I was only expecting it because literally, so I was watching it uploaded on YouTube, and in a related video, it was like anime romances or whatever, and it was literally a picture of Chiaki and Makoto kissing. So I was like, okay, so they're going to get together in the end, and then when it didn't happen, I was like, well, that was
Awkward.
a bit whatchamacallit?
Let down?
No.
Cock tease.
No, I'm trying to remember the word. It's like the same way I described the ending to original Full Metal Alchemist. Like bittersweet.
Melancholy.
Yeah, I
Oddity?
guess.
Melancholy is just sad.
That's not
No.
true.
It was bittersweet because, like, you know, it was a bit sad in some sense, but it was also, you know, a good ending for.
It was a happy ending.
It being a resolution.
Yeah, it was pretty cathartic.
Yeah.
Not exactly what you would want, but
So I liked the film overall. I think I gave it like a 7 or something on Mal. It was not that complicated. I liked the character interactions. They seem like friends. I like that they have, you know, they go to the baseball field and they have fun, and you know, they're fucking kids. They're high school kids. And then there's this weird time travel stuff that goes on as a vehicle to put forward all these social interactions and love triangle stuff. You know, it was fine. What are you guys like overall thoughts on this? Don't go all out once now. You know.
Oh my god. As soon as I start talking, Hunter does.
I'm sorry. I zoned out a little bit. My bad. You can go first, Taylor. I'll catch up.
I give it a 4 out of 10.
Oh man.
oh,
All right, I know what we're doing now.
I was really annoyed with Makoto, and the fact that like through the entire movie, even though her aunt, whether she believed her or not, her aunt should have at least done some sort of warning, like too many times. Like, come on, that's like a world, like universe wide warning for time traveling. It's just like, don't do it too much. Don't fuck things up.
I thought the rule was don't go back too
Well,
far.
of course, like, no, that was never a rule.
no, the overall lesson is you better not touch my pudding.
Exactly.
What a good lesson.
Just eat pudding forever.
Yes,
So was I the only one that liked this?
I liked it.
Or you liked it too? Do you want to talk about how much you liked it?
I gave it an 8.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe because I'm a little more generous than Dean.
Yeah, I gotta keep my elitism. I gotta keep my mal average down.
No, because it wasn't exactly like, you know, pinnacle of what I've seen, but it wasn't bad. It was a really solid and pretty well executed movie with a kind of grounded story.
And sometimes you need that in life, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I agree with Ari. It was a well-rounded story, grounded in real life.
He's such a jackass.
I'd like to give it a hold on. What's a prime number? I'd like to give it a
7.
13 out of 17 stars.
That's a fine score.
It's like a 7.
Yeah, around there, I think.
So it seems like you guys generally liked this movie.
It was fine. It was nothing it's nothing complicated. It's nothing I'm gonna think about later on. But it's a fucking. You sit down, you get comfortable, you get some hot tea, you drink it, you watch the movie about the chick playing baseball and jumping through time.
Or that dude being hit by a basketball.
Yeah, that was a really funny scene. It's fun. Sometimes I need some moments of levity in my life because I'm sad on the inside, you see? So I need movies like these to keep myself happy. Just want to be happy.
I'm glad you're happy, Dean.
Fuck you.
I think not.
Man, you're so antagonistic.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. So, should we move on? I think we talked the hell out of this movie.
Yeah.
Box.
Soapy box. Welcome to the poop box. So
Welcome
this is
to the poop box.
We got fun and games. This is the soapbox where you get to have a spiel about something that you like or something that you really hate. That's also an option, and I feel like you guys keep forgetting about that.
Oh.
Right.
Like, so if you have a show or comic, I feel like Hunter just...
That we hate.
Something you like, something you fucking hate, something you wish jumped in front of a train. So, does anyone want to go first?
Whew, something I hate. Something I hate. You know, I can't think of anything, guys.
That's...
Why is it because you don't watch?
I don't think I...
You don't watch anything.
No, I don't think I hate anything, you know?
Yeah.
Wrong word. How about anything you
there's nothing that bad except for, like, School Days and, what was that one? Like, Heavenly Princess, or Heavenly Angel with a bat, or Club You to Death Angel.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, what else have we got? Yeah, you watched it.
I think you're talking about Heaven's Paradise.
Heaven's
No,
Property.
you've seen Club to Death Angel. The Peter P.
Do you hate Elfin Lied, Hunter?
Haven't seen it.
Oh, you should watch that.
Does it wait, does it have giant robots?
No.
No.
It has cool superpowers, though.
Check that out.
It's pretty cool.
Like,
It's got a cat lady in it.
like the frickin' first 10 minutes of it are like the edgiest shit ever, and then it just kind of mellows out of it and then goes back into that sort of stuff.
It'll blow your mind, man. Don't laugh at that, Ari. Don't give away the joke.
It's okay.
Alright, so do any of you actually have, like, a concise thing you want to talk about in this segment of our podcast that we're currently doing right now?
Kind of, but I already talked about it at the beginning.
Yeah, keep going.
I'm almost there, keep going.
I like listening to you talk, Taylor.
Hunter, that's creepy.
We're all friends here. Some of us are more than friends.
Actually, I think one of you already talked about this anime.
Fucking...
Like, in the very beginning. Has anyone talked about Claymore?
No.
No one's mentioned Claymore at all.
Holy
I
crap.
talked about it like day one.
I don't think anyone's mentioned it, period, in this podcast.
Okay, do you all know what Claymore is?
Yeah.
Okay, I like Claymore. season 1 of Claymore.
I thought that was gonna be it. I thought that was your whole spiel.
There is a season 2 for Claymore that was released under a different title.
A diddle title.
A diddle title. Season 2 was not good. Like, at all, and I do not recommend season 2 of Claymore. Even if you figure out what it's called. I think it's like Claymore Frozen or something like that. I don't know.
Alright. So what is this show about?
It's pretty good. It is a show about times, I guess. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ari.
I haven't seen it. I just know of Claymore.
Has anyone here actually seen it?
Nope. That's why you're talking about it.
I'm glad I picked this up. So it's kind of like medieval times, and there's like monsters and stuff and magical creatures, but there's no magic like being used by anyone.
Okay.
And there are these jewels who are basically gifted being that gives them the ability to be like superhuman. So they can heal really fast. They're really strong, and this whole society in this world deems them as being like a step above human, but a step below God.
Huh.
Seen as witches because it's only women that are these claymores, is what they're called.
Yeah.
Women are actually, when they're born, they're found by, I guess it's the church or something that's like the leader organization in this world. Are trained in not secrecy, but like trained in isolation to be these fighting women. Like there's a whole school of them, but they're so it's like a 1% population kind of thing. Like only 1% of people become these claymores.
Okay, so Wall Street.
Well, shit.
But like most of like normal society, like poverty, claymores, because every time they see claymore, there's always something bad happening at the same time. And like I think episode 1, town has this town is just like going about their days, and people are disappearing for some reason. Then the town mayor hires this claymore to come in, and the claymore comes in, and everyone's just like, oh, she's probably the reason why all our people are disappearing. And they like, some of them get really upset, but most of them just hide away. Getting this demon that was disguised as a human it shows everyone that there was a demon there and she killed it. Oh, well, good, but you're still gonna bring more bad things, so get out of our town. And so like no one appreciates these claymores, and
so they're like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Did they shoot
I might
webs?
watch this.
Did they crawl on walls?
The demon thing did, yeah, it did crawl on the wall. But not the claymores.
Do people
fucking use their swords to climb walls?
That seems difficult but impressive. Those are usually not mutually exclusive.
Sounds pretty cool, Taylor.
It's pretty cool. It is uncensored, and there are definitely some interesting things.
Yep. Interesting, huh?
I mean,
some not safe for work scenes.
Alright, I would like to actually say something.
okay.
As far as like the whole So I was watching Game Grumps today, and they were having a rant about like the different body type representation among genders.
Yeah.
And how like men have more varied body types that are represented in media.
Yeah.
Definitely represents every body type of every gender.
What?
One Piece.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, they do.
Like, you have like fucking giant people. You have like I don't even know what some of those people are, but they're fucking weird.
That's it?
That's all I had.
Alright.
Do you have an anime to talk about, Hunter?
I guess we can talk about One Piece.
Do we have enough time for that?
Taylor, you like One Piece, right?
Taylor, you like bad shows, right?
Heyo.
Boom!
Wow.
Wait, I don't like Prison School.
Yeah,
So
that's,
no.
that's a good show.
Wait, okay, then yes, I still like bad shows. If that's a good show.
Yeah.
Alright, do you have a show you want to talk about since all these other jackasses are
Derailing your podcast? Well,
Were there any rails to begin with?
I was going to talk about One Piece for serious, but you know,
Hunter, no one takes you seriously.
nobody
Taylor might
takes me
have
serial.
I thought that Taylor might want to give some insight because you know he's seen it.
Alright, let's talk about One Piece then. It's about Luffy. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Luffy the pirate?
Luffy
Yes.
D Monkey, part of the D Monkey family, which is a big part of the whole fucking story because it turns out that the main pirate who hid the One Piece was also a D Monkey.
What
Yep.
exactly is the One Piece?
We don't really know.
It's actually everything and nothing at the same time.
Well, that's dumb.
Probably
It
just
is
friendship
really-
or some shit.
It is a shonen after all.
It definitely has a lot of treasure there, but it's also just the what is that phrase where you get bragging rights?
Yeah.
It's basically just bragging rights to be
It's
like,
totally
I'm king
that.
of the pirates.
Huh.
Street cred.
Alright.
Yeah, street cred, sure.
It's like
Except
going-
ocean.
It's like going to prison and getting a blood, like a teardrop tattoo under your eye. Street cred.
Represent.
That means that you murdered someone, man. That means you're fucking hard.
I thought skulls were murdering people.
No, and a teardrop under your eye, I'm pretty sure. Also, Russian people in Russian prisons have churches, and the bigger the churches on your back, the more people you fucking murdered.
But One Piece is kind of a simplistic shonen, but I liked it. I watched it for a while, but it does kind of drag on, even past my limits, which I think
900
are
episodes.
pretty. What, Taylor?
900 episodes.
900?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. I think I read like 500 chapters.
Good, that was the manga. The anime goes a lot further.
I did kind of get mad though when they did the whole JoJo, like, let's invent a new power system because our old power system has a flaw in it. Like, the hockey.
Yeah. I
Uh,
already had like a discussion with my friend about it because the concept kind of seemed kind of like, since he didn't have a fucking way to deal with the fact that the devil fruit like apparently makes people OP, let me just create some other shit just to, you know, deal with that. It's like, then why even introduce the devil fruit in the fucking first place?
Is that the
Yeah,
fruit
man,
that makes...
Logia users are OP.
Is that the fruit that makes them all stretchy?
Yeah.
Logia?
no, not all of them. There is
No.
one gum fruit in the entire world.
And he
and
ate it?
Luffy-
Gum fruit? Are you
Yeah.
watching the 4Kids version?
Yeah. It's still Gomu. It's still rubber. Like, it's
It's-
gum.
I I think you would use a better translation than Gum Gum.
It directly translates to Gum Gum.
Gum Gum fruit.
Also, I gotta lick that lollipop instead of cigarette. You know.
Oh yeah, that was weird. But
Yeah.
there was a big thing about censorship. There was a big difference between like the Funimation and the 4Kids version.
Yeah.
Like the 4Kids version straight up did like there were scenes where in the Funimation version the character would have been covered in blood, like dying. And the 4Kids version would have them just like taking a nap on the floor, basically. Like they're not covered in blood. They have like scratch marks.
That sounds like 4Kids to me. What a fucking sharker! They went bankrupt.
Yeah. Well, I think people pretty much blame 4Kids for, you know, causing One Piece to be not as popular in America as it was in Japan.
Oh, definitely.
Because, like, they just made a really shitty adaptation.
I actually agree with you, because a lot of the stories in One Piece, it's geared towards Western culture. Like, they have an entire story arc that's based on, what's the bean story and the giant?
Jack and the
Beanstalk?
Oh, yeah,
they have an entire, like, story arc based on that folklore.
Interesting.
Like, they have sky islands. They're floating on clouds, and the clouds are like mini seas with like islands on top of the clouds.
That just
is that Skypia?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what the name is alluding to. Okay.
That seems silly.
It was the filler episode in the anime. They actually go more into it in canon later.
Wait, when you said filler arc, I was really worried. Do they have an entire arc that's just for filler?
Dude.
Yes.
It was good.
Dude, if you want to see a show that does filler arcs, then you watch Bleach. Literally,
not Naruto.
I'd rather drink it.
Naruto, they only did that like.
What?
With
Dude, Naruto did it so much more than Bleach.
No, yes, they kind of did, but it wasn't as disrupting of the action as it was in Bleach. Like, Bleach is like, hey, you know, even though we're in the middle of this fucking thing that's happening right here, let's just go away and cut to this completely unrelated arc. Like, why?
Alright,
Bleach was bad.
Guys, I will stand corrected. There are 781 episodes released for One Piece that are subbed.
Oh, that's fine. I can get through that.
2 is going to come out tomorrow.
Dang.
But it's over 900, or I think it's around 900 chapters right now, isn't it?
Oh, the manga, yeah. It's fucking
Probably.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, Hajime no Ippo's around like 1200, I think.
How many chapters do you need for a boxing anime, really?
Oh, it's good.
I know it's pretty good. I've seen a little bit of it, but man, do you really need that much?
They have a lot of characters.
Yeah.
Like, they actually go into fights for a lot of different characters. Because they have an entire gym, and everyone who goes to that gym is a main character.
Alright, we're getting a little bit derailed here. Ari, do you have any spiel for us?
Well, I did kind of realize that I didn't talk about Tokyo Ghoul as much in my what I was watching or reading, so I guess I can talk about it a little.
Sure.
So it is actually okay, Taylor.
Today.
Today.
Sunday.
Where were you when the Undertaker threw Mankind off of?
All right, you only get one of those a podcast from here on. All right.
Okay, fine. Okay, so Tokyo Ghoul, it was it's definitely an interesting concept. Like, all right, in Japan, it takes place in Japan because Tokyo is in the name, but there's these ghouls that are basically like cannibals with powers, somewhat, and literally their entire diet is they can only consume flesh. Like, human food is absolutely... Yes. Human food is absolutely bad to them, except for coffee. Coffee is like the one thing that they can share in common with humans.
Man, I don't even fucking like coffee. What's wrong with me?
You're not a ghoul.
I'm also not a human, apparently.
Yeah. So, the main character, Kaneki, is just like with his friend Hide, and they're hanging around in the coffee shop, and Kaneki's trying to go on a date with the girl who loves literature just like he does. So they go on a date, then she lures him back to a kind of secluded area, and then reveals that she's a ghoul and tries to eat him.
Oh god.
And then like right as he's about to die, a construction beam just falls on her and kills her. And because he's already been like feasted on quite a bit and he's like dying, when they take him to the hospital, the doctor implants some of her organs into him. And so
damn it.
And so he wakes up and starts noticing that food doesn't taste good to him, and he's like suddenly getting hints of signs that he might be turning into a ghoul, including his eye literally turning red. One of his eyes, because ghouls normally have two eyes that like turn red.
Yeah.
But
he's a half-breed.
Yeah, and ghouls can't be hurt by conventional like weaponry. So then, you know, he tries to start adapting to life, and then the coffee shop that he was at before is actually run by ghouls, and they slowly help him try to fit into society as a ghoul. And it kind of follows his struggles of trying to, you know, retain his humanity, but at the same time, you know, dealing with the fact that he is a ghoul now. And it kind of does take his character a bit through the paces. And
I have a question.
Yes?
The ghouls in this universe, are they just born ghouls, or are they people that have been bitten?
They're born
ghouls.
They're born ghouls.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the whole zombie thing. They actually are born, and it's not really mentioned until like a few episodes in. I think it was a few episodes in, yeah. So like if the human and a ghoul try to reproduce.
Fuck.
Yes. If it's a human mother, and then the ghoul baby will try to like feed off the mother
as it's being born.
Ooh, yeah,
that's bad. As it's gestating, whereas if it's like a ghoul mother, the baby won't be strong enough to survive as the mother's body tries to kind of feed on its own baby. So any kind of half hybrid ghoul humans that are born are extremely rare just because of the circumstances. So, I mean, Kaneki's kind of unique in that he's half but that's only due to organ transplant. But it does introduce some interesting characters. As I mentioned, Tsukiyama earlier, who's a literal gourmet. Like, his whole shtick is he's an aristocratic ghoul, and they hold a frickin' like arena where a bunch of aristocratic ghouls just pay to watch people fight, and you know, they like to eat the remains of the losers and whatnot.
Huh.
And he's taken an interest in Kaneki because he's to his liking, and then they have a whole fight. And it was interesting because, like, I guess his fetish was he wanted to eat Kaneki while he was eating a human.
That seems like a centipede type of thing. Like
Yeah.
the human centipede.
Yeah.
Also,
Hunter, didn't you fucking read Tokyo?
I didn't read the second one though. I stopped after that. I actually wanted to ask you, what do you mean like they couldn't be born with a ghoul mother? Like you just said that was you said that was why they couldn't have half breeds, but that makes no sense because then the only way for it to be born is inside of a ghoul, inside of a human mother.
Yeah, so that's something that's actually explained something later, really late in the manga, of a case where it was actually successful. It's not explicitly mentioned, but the mother literally went through as much trouble as she could to make sure that baby would survive.
Huh.
Including it was
eaten?
hinted. No, it was hinted at she might have feasted on a dead body to nourish the child.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the members of the cafe are kind of nicer ghouls because their food source is actually just people that are basically suicide victims. So, like, oh, look, they went and killed themselves. All right, well, this isn't harming anyone, so let's bring back their body and kind of cut it up and distribute it to other ghouls that can't really fend for themselves. And there's even a whole agency that is a counter ghoul measure, and they fight with weapons taken from like dead ghouls. Like, they literally take the powers of the ghoul and put it into a weapon that can be used. I think they're called kinkes.
That sounds kinky.
Yes.
Good one, Taylor. Knocking it out of the park.
It's kind of interesting. And then like I don't know if it was halfway through the manga, basically the ending of the first season, even though Kaneki's, you know, like, not confrontational and tries to not hurt others and tries to find the path of least resistance, he kind of goes through a drastic change and becomes kind of cold a bit and kind of more badass and trying to deal with everything by himself to kind of prevent the people he loves from getting hurt. And there's even like a few war things that go on between ghoul organization and the counter ghoul organization.
All right, that's a pretty good overview of the show. Let's probably not say any more unless we get into some spoiler territory.
Yeah.
That's already spoiled.
I've seen a little bit of the first season. I didn't find it all too enthralling or interesting, but
I just wanted to go through it also because Toka is best girl.
Yeah, you and your best girls.
Yes. But I found it interesting enough to go ahead and go through with it all, just because I wanted to see. I just wanted to see like where the story was leading, and also, I mean, he's the same guy that ended up doing a one-shot backstory for Hisoka.
All right.
And Togashi kind of somewhat approves of the story, even though I don't think he was really planning on making a backstory himself. He's just like, all right, this seems solid. I approve of it.
I will say the anime, or I don't know about the anime, but I read the manga. It was pretty good for a while, and there was a really good fight scene. There's a scene where Kaneki, the main character, is being tortured.
Oh,
and
was that the chair one?
Yeah. He just fucking loses it. He just doesn't like, he's been tortured for like a week at this point. Pain does not matter to him. He just wants to get out and stop whatever. He just wants to stop the torture. He breaks his body to get out of the bonds, and then he starts fighting the guy who had trapped him, the ghoul who had trapped him there. The ghoul starts to try, and they keep flying around and fighting each other, and it's just an overly dramatic fight. But there's a scene where he grabs his Kaneki by the leg, and Kaneki just straight up breaks his leg, goes over, kicks the guy, lands, and then fixes his leg.
That sounds pretty fun.
That definitely was an awesome scene. That's actually pretty much the last episode of the season 1 anime. I did not touch Route A because I hear it's fucking terrible.
Route A?
That's basically the second season. And
I thought it was just called Re.
No, so the first season ends on that fight, but that's only halfway through the manga.
Right.
So the second season is supposed to adapt more of it, except it takes the story in kind of a different direction than what the manga does, which is kind of stupid given how his character actually is. And I hear it's just really terrible adaptation. The first season's okay, it's got some good parts in it, but the direction of and how they structured the first season kind of didn't make as much sense as it did in the manga.
Okay.
I mean, it was a solid story, not to, oh my god, masterpiece like people mention, but I did enjoy it.
All right, let's move on from Tokyo Ghoul a little bit. So my my recommendation, I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this show before, but I'm not sure if I had a soapbox on it before. I know I watched it with Hunter. It's a show called Darker Than Black. And so, in the Reddit anime recommendation chart, they got a lot of different shows, and the description for this one is Chinese Electric Batman. Which may or may not sell you on the show, but... So I don't remember the main character's name, but it's such a really interesting show because of the world they set up. It's this world where there are superpowers, and the superpowered people are named contractors because there's some I'm not sure what contract they filled out, but it might be some metaphysical thing. And so the main character is a contractor, and he has this great superpower where he has an electric whip, and he just he's a free detective in his free time. Tracking down, was a woman that gets attacked pretty early on in the show, and so he helps her out, finds out all this other crime and stuff that's going on, and he has this group of characters that help him out. He's got a hard-boiled detective character, sort of like a gumshoe kind of archetype character that helps him out. He has another superpowered person, this medium chick that she can see through sources of water. So if she puts her feet in a pool of water, she can connect it, it would go through the tubes and all the drains, and she can spy on people and stuff. And there's a talking cat guy, and he's there too. It's pretty fun. what I like about the show is the world feels so like lived in and real. It is so unique to itself because all the contractors are connected to. There's a fake sky overhead, and so all these fake stars in the sky are connected to specific contractors. And so you see throughout the show that there are stars falling in the show, and so the police know, oh shit, someone's taking out contractors. What the fuck is going on? And like it's this whole like first off it's like a detective show where these small mysteries that are happening, and then it's wrapped up in this giant mystery with these two supernatural events that happen, one in the past and one they're both in the past, but one is closer and like harder to deal with, called the Heaven's Gate incident and the Hell's Gate incident, where this might have given the contractors their powers and stuff. It's a hard show to explain, like, just in a few sentences. It's something you really have to watch through maybe more than once. It's kind of hard to follow at times because of the way they set up their world. But I really liked it. It's pretty dope.
And this is called Darker Than Black?
Yes.
Yeah, only watched the first season.
Yes, season 2 is bad. It's not focused on the main character from the first one. It's a different character, and she's not all that interesting. And yeah,
I don't actually. Sorry, I haven't seen the second season. I haven't even seen the first fully, but I just know online that everyone who's ever seen the show says stop after the first season.
Yeah, Darker Than Black Gaiden is the second season, and it's not worth watching.
I think we're hitting a theme of like shows where the first season is solid and works, and the second season is like, no, turn back, go read the source material.
Yeah, man, Girl Who Leapt Through Time season 2, fucking awful.
Yeah, man, they shit the bed, man.
Fucking.
It's funny
why didn't the crocodile return back to its own era?
It's funny that coming up we have Attack on Titan Season 2 and Boku no Hero Academia Season 2. So, we'll see if this trend continues.
Hopefully it doesn't.
Well, Attack on Titan Season 2 is going to be 12 episodes this time.
Well, I mean, I can tell you that I stopped reading Boku no Hero Academia, so you can take from that whatever you want.
Oh, shit.
Oh, snap.
It happened with Ghoulvery, too.
But then again, with that, you literally read an entire manga, and then you started a sequel manga, and then you're like, alright, you know what, fuck this.
Yeah.
This, you just literally stopped it as it was, like, currently going through stuff. So,
Alright. I think it's that time of the show where we pick the topic for next time around. And since we have cycled through everyone, besides one special boy...
Taylor?
Actually, my birthday is coming up.
No, you already got your show and you didn't show up and you're late all the time, and fuck you.
It's Hunter.
Dang.
It's Hunter's turn. He's the special boy. So,
Yay.
Hunter...
Oh. Alright, guys, I gotta break it to you. I thought it was Taylor's turn. Nah, it's okay. I would like to recommend for next time for 6 episodes of Kenichi, History's Strongest Disciple.
Can you type that out?
History's Mightiest Disciple, Kenichi. I can do you one better. I can link you to the first friggin' episode.
Oh, snap!
Awesome.
The sub, because the dub is bad.
So, tell us a little bit about this show and your...
It's a 50-episode show? What?
Yeah. You're only watching 6 episodes.
Okay.
Give us some background on this show before we leap into it. See what I did?
What do you mean?
Leap?
Karate Kid story. Kid's getting bullied, and he wants to get stronger, so he learns karate. Except this shit gets a little crazy.
It gets a little anime?
Yeah, it's actually a very... But it is a very anime.
Alright.
So...
I'm into
keep
it.
that in mind. But so yeah, he's a sorry, I got sidetracked. He's a learns how to do karate, and he keeps asking like, "Hey, am I actually getting any stronger? I feel like I'm still really shitty," just because he slow at making progress, we'll say. He's not very good, one might call it.
Oh, alright.
And he ends up beating his bully up because the bully tries to start a fight. He's picking on him and someone else. And so he beats him up. He throws him on the ground head first and says no.
Yeah, man. In the immortal words of Ice-T, talk shit, get shot.
Actually, that's true, because he talked shit, and now the person who was, like, the regional gang leader that the guy he beat up belonged to heard about this. She's like, oh, well shit, that means that there's a new gang fighter who's strong enough to be a threat to me.
Man, I wish that happened in real life, like, fucking gangsters, if you just beat up one of their guys, oh, you're really strong. I'm not just gonna murder you.
That'd be really cool.
I'm gonna recruit you, or something.
Oh, no. Not a recruitment thing. Actually, it might be a recruitment thing. I don't know, it's been a while. So, that's how it starts, and I don't want to say anything more, because that's almost basically the first 6 episodes.
So what prompted you to suggest this?
We were talking about martial arts stuff, and one of the things that you had talked about was Iron Fist.
Yeah.
And you were talking about the comics.
Yeah.
And how a lot of it was like martial arts bullshit. Like, use your chi, use the super dragon punch.
Yes.
And this anime and manga actually teaches you, like, it shows you techniques that are actually from real martial arts.
So it's stuff that
like the guy who wrote.
It's like stuff that all of us would like recognize, because all of us here have trained in some form.
Probably. It depends. I don't know what everyone's trained in.
Well, you know what 3 of us have trained in.
Yeah.
And Ari did a different.
I can do karate. I punch things real hard.
Ari did a different form of. Did you do Taekwondo?
I did Kempo.
Kempo. All right.
All right.
So yeah, something that all of us can enjoy. I just realized, so everyone on this podcast, like even when we have even when we have a full house, is a martial artist at some point in their lives.
Even David?
Yeah, David did judo, man.
Huh.
David can fucking drop you like fucking nothing. He knows judo.
David can absolutely not drop me.
Oh, dude.
Fucking nothing.
Like, dude, his dad was a sensei, and he was training since he was a kid. He is an anime.
He's an anime.
I believe David could drop Hunter.
Motherfucker, I could drop you. All right, let's cut this shit out. All right, man.
All right. So
you can kick
next
me.
week, my new recommendation: you get to listen to someone get their ass beat. Tune in next week to find out who.
I give you credit. You could kick me really hard because you got long legs. You're lanky. You're like a beanstalk.
Wait, did Carlos do karate too?
Yeah, he did jiu-jitsu with us.
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
No, jiu-jitsu, por favor. Okay, bye.
That's it for the podcast, I guess. Say goodbye, gentlemen.
Strong finish.
Well, Taylor
Really?
said "K bye," so I thought it was a
whatever.
good place to end. Unless we have any more stuff to talk about.
I just learned an interesting piece of news.
Breaking news.
Kitchen is going to get a new manga serialization.
Of course it is.
It's gonna get a new serialization, and we're still not getting a frickin' adaptation of the 3rd arc. God damn it.
There's still not even like a satisfying finale.
Yeah.
The finale of the manga is pretty satisfying.
Yeah, the finale is that he can never use martial arts again.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. Yeah. I just want a freaking
That's
adaptation.
it. No, that's it. That's the end.
Yeah.
he fucking can't use his powers. He can't use martial arts anymore because his fucking body's torn to bits, and he just sits in the dojo while his girlfriend teaches shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Because that show is fucking good.
I feel like you look at Rurouni Kenshin the same way I look at Dragon Ball Z.
I think he looks at Dragon Ball Z the same way you look at Dragon Ball Z, actually.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z, man. Fucking Dragon Ball Z.
It's hot garbage, yeah, I know, man, right?
It is garbage, but it's hot garbage.
It's ass. It's ass that you light on fire.
It's a flaming pile of shit on your doorstep.
Yep.
But you just can't help but admire it.
You can't
But
help but
that
stop
fire does some damage.
Alright, now
Alright,
I'm ending the podcast now. We're done. So
Alright.
our next show for next week is Kenichi. How do you say it again?
Kenichi, history's mightiest disciple.
Kenichi,
You also
history's
put it in
mightiest
the line.
disciple. What was that, Taylor?
In the
Nothing?
wrong text box.
Nothing? You
Put it in
fucking-
the wrong text box.
I'll put it in your text box, alright, buddy? So you just fucking zip it. Boom. There you go. That's it for
How's
us.
that fake looking for you?
Say goodbye, gents, to all of our 0 listeners.
Goodbye, gents.
Hello. Goodbye.
To all of our fellow listeners.